my computer. Okay, I'm sorry. No, just now. I totally forgot. That's the problem. Okay, so let's look at the introduction. I'm gonna delete, I'm gonna erase everything, okay? So here, let's look at the first part, which is the introduction. The introduction, how do you know how to write the introduction in the IELTS writing test 2? Give me a thumbs up if you know how to. If you don't know how to, just write no in the chat, please. Do you know how to write and how to structure the introduction? Okay, who does that know? Okay. Are there any standards? How many purpose? Oh no, we do not have a standard for how many sentences you should include in each section of the essay. We do not have that. Okay, so Link here is saying that they haven't got a chance to know a little bit about thesis and topic sentences. Okay, good. Okay, oh sorry, my bad. Okay, right. So based on your answer, I'm just gonna quickly talk about the introduction of the IELTS writing test 2. Okay, so the introduction of the IELTS writing test 2. In order to do that, you need to understand the questions first. So the question over here, you have two in every task you have two parts. The first part is this one, we call it the statement. Sometimes you have one statement, sometimes you have two statements. Okay, in the statement you will know the topic, and then you know the argument. Sometimes you have one argument like this one, and sometimes you have two arguments. So basically in the statement, you have the topic and you have the argument. What you have to do is to write an essay to answer the question given over here based on the topic in the statement following the argument over here. Okay, now basically in this essay, you need to give me, as an examiner, you need to give me your answer whether or not you agree or disagree with the statement given over here and how much you agree with the statement. Okay, for example, in my case, I would always say that I 100% agree or 100% disagree with the statement. Now, in my opinion, to my personal opinion over here, I 100% agree with the statement over here. What about you? Do you agree or do you disagree? Or do you want to follow the partial, the 50-50 path? Which one do you want to follow? Just give me your answer in the chat section. Do you agree? Do you disagree 100% or not? Let me know. My opinion, I 100% agree. This is my opinion, okay? It's your opinion, I'm not controlling this. Let me know if you agree or disagree. No need to write a lot, like a long sentence. Just say agree 100%, disagree 100%, or partially agree, partially disagree. Just write it down in the comment section. Comment section. I kept saying comment section. It's not a live. It's a masterclass. It's a Zoom call. Okay, let me know. Okay. So while I am waiting for you to answer, I will be talking very quickly about the structure of the introduction. So I'll move on to the next page of this file so that I can write, okay? We have here the introduction of any kind of IELTS writing task 2. You have two different parts, two different sections of an introduction. You have, first of all, the statement. And we will talk about this a little bit, okay? And then the second one is just like AKA said over here, we have the thesis statement or the topic sentences. So we have the thesis statement. So because I do not want to use this word statement and statement again, kind of confusing, right? So I don't want to call it the thesis statement. I call it the core idea of the essay. Okay, the core idea of the essay. And in this case, according to my opinion, the core idea of this essay is that I 100% agree with the statement. Okay, 100%. I 100% agree with the statement. This is my core idea. What is your core idea? Let me know in the chat, okay? In this, and then this is very important for you to know because we're going to go back to the writing that we were talking about, and then we would together find the mistake of that particular introduction. So my core idea for this essay is that I 100% agree with the statement. What about you? What do you think? Do you 100% agree? Do you 100% disagree? Or do you think that there is a middle way to approach this essay? So let me know in the chat. Okay, I'm not asking you to do anything special. I am not asking you to write an entire nice sentence or anything. I just want to know your opinion about this. So before we move back to the writing, let's talk about the statement over here. The question here is that we already have the statement in the task. Why do we have the statement here in the introduction? Because the introduction is where we introduce the topic, is where we introduce the argument, and we need to use this statement to include in our introduction. However, we are not going to copy the exact statement and put in the introduction because that is copying, and copying is not a good thing in IELTS, okay? Copying, repeating ideas, repeating anything, and memorize answers, those are very bad ideas for IELTS, both writing and speaking. So what we're going to do with the statement over here is that we're going to paraphrase the statement. Now, give me a thumbs up or let me know if you know what paraphrasing is. Do you know what paraphrasing is? Do you know what paraphrasing is? Paraphrasing. Do you know what it is? Okay, you heard about it, but you can't do it. Other people, do you guys know about paraphrasing? Like, at least you have an idea of what paraphrasing is about. We are not talking, I'm not asking you to paraphrase, so don't worry, okay? Paraphrase, normally in my courses, I spend at least one session talking about paraphrasing because paraphrasing is very powerful. It helps you not only in writing, but in speaking, in listening, and in reading as well. So if you don't know what paraphrasing is, it's kind of difficult for you because paraphrasing is one of the core problems, let's say, of IELTS. Okay, so paraphrasing is rewriting a sentence using different words, different grammar, but keeping the same meaning. Okay, it's rewriting the sentence using synonym word. Yes, you are absolutely right. Yes, paraphrasing is rewriting a sentence or we call it rephrasing a sentence using different words, different grammar, but keeping the same meaning and making the sentence clearer. Okay, so basically, if you change just a few words in the original statement, it is considered paraphrasing. The better you paraphrase, the more you paraphrase, the better for your score, of course. And I did also make a video about this, right? Last week we were talking about IELTS writing, and I did also make a video about this and lazy paraphrasing and very general thesis statement. Please watch the video. It looks like you guys haven't watched the video. Okay. Okay, so the statement over here is that is a paraphrase version of the statement that you get from the task. And then you have the core idea, which basically say, okay, you agree, you disagree, whatsoever with the statement. So my core idea is that I 100% agree. It's up to you guys, okay? I'm not going to get into your head and ask you anything. So knowing this, knowing the structure of this, let's go back to the essay over here and let me know the biggest problem, like the biggest problem, or maybe just one problem that you can find in this writing, in this introduction. Let me know. What is the problem that we have here in this statement? Sorry, in this introduction. Okay, I'm waiting. I'm just gonna give you about 2 minutes to write down whatever you want. Or okay, if you guys want to talk, you can also unmute and speak. Okay, if you find it faster. Like a vocabulary, okay, vocabulary. We are not talking about vocabulary here. We're not talking about grammar here. We're talking about the structure. Okay, in this particular introduction, there's one big problem related to the structure of the introduction. Let me know. What do you think? Just read, okay? Read and let me know. I'm waiting. In the meantime, I may do some first sentence if you use the same word with a question. And think they should not copy the words. Okay. Okay. Okay, I agree with you. I agree with you. So the first sentence is pretty much the same as the statement, but this is not the biggest problem. This is not the biggest problem. It is still considered paraphrasing because there are a few words changed over here. So still consider paraphrase. But this is not the biggest problem. The biggest problem is about the structure of this essay. Sorry, the introduction, the structure of this introduction. What is the problem over here? Learning from other people's mistakes is also a very good way for you to learn, so you will not make the mistakes again. Look at the structure of this introduction and let me know what the problem is.
Miss, good evening.
Yeah?
Miss, how can I call you, Miss?
Huyền.
Yuan. Okay, Miss
Huyền.
Yuan. I think in the structure there is there is no hook, yes?
There is
There
no
is
hook,
no
no
interesting yeah. And here he or she wrote about the people's dream as well. Maybe this person didn't answer the question.
Very good. This is a very good observation. Okay. And how do I call you? Like, what's your name?
My name is Aygerim, but you may call just Aya, the
Aya.
short name. Yeah.
Okay. So Aya is a very good observation. Okay. This
Thank you.
introduction has two the structure. they tend to structure it. I think they understand that what they needed to do, but they didn't know how to apply the theory in a good way. So yes, over here, this one is the paraphrase version, the paraphrase statement, and Ling Hee here said very, very right, like correctly. So this sentence is very lazy paraphrasing. Okay, we'll talk about it later. Not a lot of people can paraphrase well. And of course, it depends on your level of vocabulary and grammar. But here I can see the attempt to paraphrase. The problem here is this one. This is considered the core idea or the thesis statement. Reading this, do you know their opinion? Do you know if they agree, they disagree, or they partially agree with this? No, right? You don't know their problem. You don't really know their opinion on this. This is called an opinion essay. But in the introduction, you don't give me your opinion. What are you doing in this essay? I don't know. Correct? So you were very much correct because they did not answer the question at all. Over here, they said something, okay, maybe yes, maybe not. So what is your opinion? Give me your opinion. Even if you partially agree with the statement, you have to tell me that, okay, in my opinion, this statement is partially true, or this statement is partially unfair. Something like that, right? Just cannot just say like this and expect me to follow you, right? Now, I think one of the biggest problems that we often make in IELTS writing is that we assume that the examiner would understand what we want to say. We assume that, okay, we write like this and they will know what we write about. They will understand it. No, of course they would understand, but is that their job? No, right? Their job is not to read between the lines. Their job is to read whatever you write over here and give you a score. And in this case, you don't give them any expectations. And just like I normally tell my clients, the introduction is like your invitation to me, and then you invite me to your house, right? Let's say Aya, you want to invite me to your house, and you come to me and say, "Hi, Miss. Tomorrow is my birthday. Would you like to come to my house? And I would like to have you there. Thank you so much for coming in advance." Right? So telling me this, I know that tomorrow will be your birthday, and I will be expecting a birthday party over there, and I will be expecting you to be there with me because you invited me, right? So the introduction is like your invitation to the essay. If you invite correctly, the examiner will have some expectations for your essay, and based on their expectations, they will give you the band score. And of course, your invitation has to be in line with the questions, with the statement, with the topic, with the argument. It cannot be random. So let me just give you an example. If you, Aya, told me that, okay, Miss, let's come to my house tomorrow with my birthday. I am having a birthday party tomorrow. I'm inviting you to join us. I said, okay, let me come to her house. Then I come to your house. Okay, I come to your house. It is not a birthday party. Okay, it is, I don't know, some sort of graduation party. For example, it's not a birthday party, or it's not even your house, it's somebody's house. What do you expect me to feel? Of course, I feel like weird, right? Of course, I don't feel comfortable. And of course, I wouldn't like it. The same thing over here. If you don't give the examiner a good introduction, a good invitation to your essay, they will not have very good expectation from you. And this is the first impression of the examiner for your essay. And you are making a very bad, not you, but I mean this person is making a bad impression for this essay. Reading this, I don't know if they agree or they disagree, or how much they agree, disagree. Really, I have no idea. Okay, so you guys should avoid making this mistake. You should always have two things in the introduction. The first thing is a statement after you have paraphrased. The second thing is the core idea and make it very, very clear. Okay? As clear as possible. And that is the very first step. The second step is to, of course, paraphrase better. The better you paraphrase, the higher score you will get. The higher, the better impression you will give the examiner, and the better for you. And you should be as specific as possible in the core idea. Okay? There are people who write the core idea. In my opinion, I totally agree with the statement. This is a good but very general core idea statement. In my opinion, I agree with this statement. This core idea sentence can be applied to every single topic, right? Every single argument, right? It doesn't make any difference if it's about sports or it's about music, right? So it doesn't showcase your vocabulary. And in IELTS, you guys want to get 7. In writing, you must have more topic-specific vocabulary than general vocabulary. I have never seen anyone who completely used general vocabulary and still got 7. No, it would not happen. You have to be topic specific in your writing, especially with your vocabulary. So make sure that you stay as specific as possible. And of course, there are more problems with this introduction. If you want, you can tell me the problem that you see. But over here, I'm not going to talk about the grammar, the vocabulary, okay? This is between me and the person who wrote this essay. The only thing I want to highlight over here is this one. Maybe, yes, this is a very, very spoken way of English. This is spoken English. It's not written English, okay? It doesn't matter if you are taking IELTS general training or IELTS academic in IELTS writing task 2. You have to use semi-formal to formal language. This maybe, yes, is very informal, and we're not going to do that. And I would highly recommend you use formal language in writing IELTS writing task 2. Okay, as formal as you can. The more formal you sound, the better, in my opinion, in IELTS writing task 2. Okay, so we are done with this introduction, and this introduction, in my opinion, it's just 1/2. So basically, it's not a good impression. Make sure you note this down, okay? Make sure you note this down. This is, okay, I mean, you can rewatch this masterclass later. Everyone is okay? Fine, good? Give me a thumbs up if you find anything useful in what I just said. Just give me a thumbs up to make me understand that I am not alone, I'm not speaking to myself. Good, great. So we have 2 people here giving me thumbs up. Great. So again, I would like you guys, since you guys, I'm not sure because I haven't checked all the submissions for this Band-Aid challenge yet. But if you haven't written the essay or if you haven't submitted your writing, you can still submit, okay? You can still submit. I will still accept your writing, and I will give some evaluations on your writing, okay? Because I just got so many submissions. Cannot give detailed evaluations to everyone, but I can read through and I will let you know if there's anything serious that you need to work on at the moment, okay? All right. So we are moving on to the next part of the essay. Do excuse me, I need to share with you something. The more I speak, the more my voice sounds broken because of a medical issue. So if I speak and you don't really hear what I'm saying, probably because of that. Unfortunately, with a person like me, I became a teacher where I have to speak a lot. That's why I don't teach children, because I cannot yell. Okay, deep breath. Let's move on. So the second part of the essay is the body. And of course, this is the longest part of the essay. It is where you get the most of your mark, basically. As I said in the beginning of this masterclass, the first look I have when I look at this essay, my first impression is that the first body paragraph number 1, is body paragraph number 2, okay? The first body paragraph is way longer than the second body paragraph. Now, I may sound technical over here, but if you have an idea, if you have an opinion, and you are giving me reasons for your opinion, the reasons have to be almost similar. Okay, one reason may be stronger than the other, but cannot be this much different. Okay, so it's a natural process of writing. So when I look at this essay, the first impression that I have is, oh, the first body paragraph is way longer than the second body paragraph. I don't have a good feeling about this. Okay, I don't have a good feeling about this. Either body 1 is way unnecessarily written, too long, or body paragraph number 2 is not written well enough. And this is my first impression. So let's see if my impression was right. Okay. Keep in mind that this essay, the person doesn't give us the core idea. In this essay, the writer of this essay did not really clarify their stance on the topic over here. They don't tell us if they agree, they disagree, or they partial in this situation. Okay, so we do not know what we should expect in their writing. In reality, if you do like this, the examiner will read just very quickly your body and then end. And probably if you have good grammar and good vocabulary, maximum 6 you will get. Okay, if you have good grammar and good vocabulary, because the structure is already off right from the get-go. It's not worth it to read because we do not know what to expect. The reason we are still reading this essay is because we are evaluating it. Okay, so just so you know that if you make this mistake, probably maximum you get 6. Okay, let's look at body paragraph. And now let me know if you know how to write a body paragraph. Give me a thumbs up or say no if you don't know how to, because we need to talk about the structure first. Do you know how to write a body paragraph? What is the structure?
Miss Yan, maybe here we should write follow the first, second, the consequences, yes?
No, I
And
just want to know if you know how to structure a body paragraph, because we need to know that first. Do you think you know to tell me what the structure of the body paragraph?
we should give a topic sentence and to encourage our opinion, yes? Here.
Okay. I'm just writing down whatever you're writing. Sorry, you talking, okay? So paragraph. I am so sorry about my handwriting, okay?
No, that's okay, Miss Yan. Everything is good. You may continue.
If you cannot read, just let me know, because sometimes I can't even recognize it.
That's okay.
Okay. So you said the first thing is the topic sentence.
Topic sentence, or I don't know. When I
Okay.
see this essay, I imagine myself.
Oh, you
Because
imagine
I
yourself.
also
Okay.
I also I also write
Like this.
before, yes, like this. Yeah.
Okay, good. Mm.
When teacher
I have
says
one thing.
write one thing. Yeah.
Okay, please continue. Yeah.
When teacher asks to write one thing and for example go to Earth, I go to Mars. You see, I
Okay, okay.
couldn't understand the question, so I think this person is, as I am, wrote this Let's see.
Okay, I see, understand. Okay,
Yeah.
so we have the topic sentence and okay, Aya is if you've been, how long have you been practicing? How long have you been preparing for IELTS?
It was before my maternity leave. It was approximately 5 or 6 years ago. I had the course, but now I start to study. It
Oh,
is
okay.
not so long.
Okay. Right. So about 5, 6 years ago, you like had some idea about the IELTS exam. Now, okay,
Yeah, but
before we move
Mhm.
on, I tell you one thing. Okay, I started IELTS about 12 years ago, and I would say it has changed so much. IELTS has changed
Yeah,
so much, right?
yeah,
So when I was preparing for IELTS, when I started preparing for IELTS, everything was just very simple because not a
yeah,
lot of we were not expected to have very good English at the time. So the
yeah,
criteria was so now it's more complicated in my opinion. And it doesn't mean that we are not going to master it. I have clients who got like 8.5. Writing is normal. I got, so you guys will get, okay? So okay, we have link. He said that we will start with a statement, okay, the topic sentence, and then example, write it
examples, and
uh-huh,
then to support it. Yes,
explanation is
or
explanation. Okay,
support it.
you guys go to
Mhm.
the same teacher or something. I mean, I feel like you guys went to the same teacher. I, I don't know. Maybe you guys came from the same course. Okay. So, kind of correct. Okay, kind of correct. But we have. Oh, I thought somebody just came and then they left. I forgot to say hi, and then they already left. Anyway, okay. Here we have. Right. We have parts of it that's correct. The first thing is a topic sentence. The second thing should be the explanation of the topic sentence. Or okay, so let me just not do this. I'll show you the material that's easier for me to explain to you. Just give me a second. I will just open it and you guys know. Okay, it's important because if you don't know, again, IELTS writing is technical writing. Okay, if you know the structure, you follow the structure, you'll be fine. You don't have to worry about it so much. People are just complicating things. Okay, where is it? Structure here. Okay, I'm just gonna share my other screen and you probably will see it. Okay, you are seeing my other screen. Okay. Okay, so basically the structure of the body paragraph in IELTS writing task to follow this one. We have different approaches to write this body paragraph, and I will talk about it very quickly. This is in my material. For my clients, unfortunately, cannot share. Please don't take screenshot. Somebody already stole my materials and spread everywhere. I don't know. I feel very unfair about this, but what to do now? So we have the main idea over here, which in your word, you call it the topic sentence. Absolutely right. Every single paragraph should start with a topic sentence. Okay. The first thing I read in the paragraph should be the topic sentence because that topic sentence would tell me what this paragraph is about. Now we will use this information to go back to the essay to compare. Okay. And then this topic sentence has to be clear. It has to be straightforward. Okay. And then you have to support this topic sentence. Basically, you have to explain it to me. You tell me that, for example, let's say this topic. Okay, large companies are sponsoring sports events, and it's kind of negatively impacts the sports. I say, okay, yeah, it's true. It's 100% true. And then I say it's because people focus mainly on the products and they don't focus on the sport events. Okay, good. And then you have to explain to me why and how. Why is it happening, right? You cannot just tell me that it is happening without explaining to me why it is happening. Because in your head, something is going on doesn't mean that I understand. The examiner treat the examiner like a 5-year-old kid. That 5-year-old kid doesn't understand what's going on inside your head. And you need to tell him, you need to tell her. Okay? If you don't tell him or her, that is not gonna work out. If you're a woman, if you're married, okay, what's going on inside your head? Your husband cannot know. Or a man, they don't know that, right? So if you want your husband to do something, you have to tell him. And when you tell him, okay, I want you to wash the dishes, you need to explain to him why he needs to wash the dishes. Normally he's like, okay, why do we have to wash dishes now? Can we wash tomorrow? Something like that. So explain to the examiner as if they are a 5-year-old kid. Okay, in a way, I'm not talking about grammar vocabulary, in a way of idea. You get what I mean, right? You explain with detail, and you explain with, and this is where you improve your coherence and cohesion score. Because if you don't explain your topic sentence, your body paragraph is not coherent at all. That is where everything falls and you just will not get more than 6. Only if you have a good vocabulary, then you get 6, otherwise no more. Okay? And then you will have an example to support your entire argument over here. And this example has to be related to the supporting ideas that you have. Now, again, there are different ways for you to approach a body paragraph, to explain the body paragraph, but it doesn't matter which approach you are using. The first thing you write is the topic sentence. Okay. Now, before we move on, I want to ask you a question. The question is, the sentence, there are many reasons I disagree with the statement, or there are many reasons I agree with the statement. Is it a topic sentence? Is it an appropriate topic sentence? I repeat, there are many reasons I agree or disagree with the statement. Is it an appropriate topic sentence for a body paragraph? Just thumbs up or thumbs up or thumbs down, up or down. Just tell me if it's, what do you think? I think I can write down over here. I know I cannot for some reason. As you can see, I have a dog who's going crazy now. Okay. There are many reasons I agree or disagree with the statement. Okay, is this sentence an appropriate topic sentence for a body paragraph? Okay. Okay, thank you very much. I have one answer here. Aya, do you have any answer for this? I don't think Zinu has spoken. I don't know if Zinu is. You also?
I also think it is not appropriate topic sentence.
Why?
There is no clear core idea. I think.
Okay.
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 And as I previously said, it is not. The person doesn't answer the question.
Okay.
It is somehow approximate idea was given there.
Okay, I agree with you guys. I totally agree. This sentence, there are many reasons I agree or disagree with this statement. This is not a topic sentence. Okay, a topic sentence has to be clear, it has to be straightforward, it has to be topic specific. This sentence doesn't have any topic specific idea at all. And this is one of the biggest mistakes that a lot of people are making, and I hope you guys are not making, and I hope if you guys are making, please stop doing it right now, because a lot of people do this. They write, there are many reasons, they agree, disagree, top, and then they list down the entire reason number one, reason number two, reason number three. This is so wrong, guys. This is so wrong. And I know it probably maybe 10 years ago it was working. 10 years ago, come on. Now it's 2025. You're using a technique that was used in 2015 or 2010. It is not going to work that way, right? I remember in 2000, I think 2018 or 19, I don't remember exactly. There was a post on social media on Facebook about this. Okay, there are many statements, there are many reasons, I agree. And then a bunch of reasons after that. I made a comment saying that it was not appropriate, it was not right, it was not the right way to write a body paragraph. Oh my God. The amount of backlash that I got that time, like I got so scared, I had to leave Facebook, leave that Facebook group. I got so much backlash for saying it wasn't right. And yeah, nowadays, you see, this information is given on the website of IDP. IDP is warning you against listing out ideas without explaining. So there is one thing, if there's one thing that you can only, if there's only one thing that you can take away from this masterclass, I hope this is the one. Okay, I hope this is the thing that you are going to take away from this masterclass. One body paragraph, one main idea. Okay, we are not going to have more than one main idea. If you are going to have another main idea, make it another paragraph. Nobody's stopping you from doing that, right? Why are you not breaking it into another body paragraph? So again, one body paragraph, one main idea. Okay, we are not going to have more than one. That's what, if there is nothing else you want to take away from this masterclass, be this one. Okay, this one is the only thing that you must take away. Of course, there are many other things, but just in case you don't remember anything else, remember that you have one body paragraph, one main idea. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Big
Miss
problem.
Ian, I have one question. Can I ask?
Yeah, please.
If we choose just agree, 100% agree, in the two body paragraphs, should we give only agree topic sentence or wait, agree supporting ideas? Yes?
Okay,
Or
very good
we can,
question.
on the first body paragraph, we can agree, or on the second, disagree.
Okay,
We
very,
can't do
very
it.
good
Yes?
question. Very good question. Okay. All right. So I will send the link to the YouTube video that I made about this. You should really watch it.
Yes.
Please
Yes, I
please give me
definitely
1
watch
minute
it.
of what you call it self-advertising, okay? But this video is good. Just let me give you here it is. See, the thing about this is that everything I do is free online only. But of course, if you want something else, is customized, of course, there are courses
Thank
for
you.
you. But almost everything is for free. And I have made videos about almost everything. That's why I'm telling you, I have everything for IELTS, okay? Very, very good question, Aya. And this is, oh my God, one of the biggest myths in IELTS. Oh my gosh, this is so good. Okay, Aya, I have a question for you. Okay, I come to your house and you give me two options. You say, Miss, do you want to drink orange juice or do you want to drink apple juice? Okay, I said apple be fine. Apple is good. I prefer apple juice. Would you still bring orange juice to me?
Of course not.
Of course not, right? So would you still bring two glasses, one apple, one orange, and give to me? No,
No, yeah.
right? You
Got
would
it.
bring 10 glasses of apple juice, but only apple because I have chosen apple juice.
Yeah.
Is it
Mm-hmm.
clear now? Is it clear
Yeah.
now? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So I don't know where it came from. It came from, I don't know, maybe I need to find that person and just like, shut up because it's been going on for so long. It's a template that people are selling. They are sending you templates saying that, okay, first paragraph about agree, second paragraph of disagree, without knowing what the essay is about. Come on, think. It's a logical thing. Wait, but anyway, please answer the question, right? We have another question here. Can I use agree, disagree to anybody? Zeno, I don't really get what you mean in your answer, your question. I'm sorry. If you guys have more questions, please just let me know. Leave your WhatsApp number, leave your email. I will try my best to answer your questions when even after this masterclass. Okay. Oh, we have
Maybe, Miss Vivian,
yeah.
Zina is asking maybe, can I mix juice and apple and orange juice, I think. It
Okay, like the
means, can
question.
I use in the body paragraph, she's asking maybe uh, both agree and disagree. As you
Mm-hmm.
said, if you ask
Mm-hmm.
only apple juice, we have to bring you apple juice. It means if we agree, we should give just agree supporting ideas. Yes,
Correct. Exactly. Okay. If you
I got
agree
it.
with the statement, you will
Yeah,
always give reasons for your agreement. If you disagree,
yeah.
you always give reason for disagreement. And this is
Mm-hmm.
why I always go for 100% agree or 100% disagree. Because if you
Mm-hmm.
go partial, you will need to make sure that if you say that I partially agree, sometimes it can be interpreted as you agree more than you disagree, or you agree less than you disagree. So it's not
Mm-hmm.
really clear for the examiner to follow your approach and to have, because as I said, in an opinion essay, it's very important for you to have a strong opinion. So it's always
Mm-hmm.
better for you to choose sides rather than sitting
Mm-hmm.
on the fence. Okay.
Yeah.
Again, I'm not saying that you guys must follow this, must have a 100% agree, 100% disagree or something. It's up to you as long as you have a strong idea and you have a strong opinion and you support your opinion appropriately. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Mm-hmm.
here to give you a strategy that will work no matter what. That's it. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So that is what a very, very good conversation we have over here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we
Miss
have
Vivian,
yes.
I have one more question.
Okay.
Into body paragraphs,
Mm,
we should give two agreements, yes? On the body
correct.
paragraph one, the first agreement, and on
Mm,
the body paragraph two, the second agreement, yes?
yes.
It means two glasses of apple juice.
Correct. Exactly.
Okay,
I drink
got
two.
it. Mm-hmm.
And if you are still thirsty, you can bring the third one if you want. But in my case, I only drink two. Okay, two glasses should be fine for
Two
me.
glasses.
Three,
Okay.
three too
Mhm.
much. Okay. Okay.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
So we go back to the structure of the body paragraph very quickly, and I have two different ways to approach to structure a body paragraph, and I don't think we have enough time to talk about everything. It's just to make you understand that there are ways for you to explain, sorry, there are ways for you to approach an idea for the body paragraph, and we will have other conversations other times. So we know over here that we need to have topic, sentence, and one body paragraph, one idea, right? And then you have supporting ideas, and then you have examples. Now we are going back to the essay that we have at hand over here. As you can see here, right? The first sentence of the first body paragraph is event. Okay, let's not look at a grammar problem, okay? Events like this helps an individual to showcase their talent or skill to a specific sport. Okay. My question for you is it a topic sentence for this topic and for this argument? Do you think this topic sentence is appropriate for this topic? Just yes or no. Okay. I said no. Okay. We have Ling. Do you think it's appropriate? And Zeno, do you think it's appropriate? I also want to know why you think it's not appropriate, if you think it's not appropriate. If it takes too long for you to type, you can also unmute yourself and type. Yet it is. Okay. Zeno said yes, it is. Right? There is. And Ling, what do you think? Yes or no? No. Okay, so Ling and Aya said that is not. Zeno said is yes. So let me just remind you the topic of this essay. The topic is about large companies using sports events to promote their products. Okay, it is about large companies using sports events to promote their products. For example, Nike, Adidas, okay, sponsoring sports events to promote their shoes or their sportswear. Is this sentence appropriate? No, because does it have anything to do with large company promoting their product to sports events? No, right? It is about like the chance that sports people have when they attend these events. It has nothing to do with promotion. It has nothing to do with advertisement. It has nothing to do with large companies. So basically, this person kind of misunderstood the topic a little bit over here, not a little bit, they're very big, that they just take a part of the topic and write about that. And that's not right. We have a topic over here. We have to follow this topic. If you don't follow this topic, you are off topic. And unfortunately, if you appear to be off topic in an IELTS writing, there's no way the examiner will read. Like, absolutely would not read. So it doesn't matter if you have good vocabulary, good grammar, it will not happen, okay? They will not read. And that's the problem, okay? So again, let me just repeat what I just said. This sentence is not a topic sentence for this topic because it has nothing to do with the topic, which is about large companies promoting their products at sports events. Okay, so the rest of everything here, it has nothing to do with this topic, and this is off topic. And I do not have to read this. I'm not going to read this. The examiner will not read it. Like, the only reason that I read this is because I'm a trainer. I'm training you guys, and I am trying to find vocabulary and grammar mistakes as well in this one so that you can learn about this. For example, this one, these young guns of the team. Now, this is very informal. We're not going to do this. Okay, we're not going to do this in IELTS writing task 2 at all. So this is the reason I read, because I want to give you advice. I want to give you corrections for the mistakes that you make. But the examiner will not read, because until this point, it has nothing to do with the topic, and off you go, blah, leave. So no more reading. Okay. And then the next thing, the next body paragraph as well, you guys. The first sentence is, in another opinion. Now, okay, in another, on the other hand, most of the young generations nowadays are more active on social media platforms and online games rather than playing physical activities. Does it have anything to do with the topic? No. Right? So, again, off topic now. Will the examiner read this? Absolutely no. So this essay, the introduction, not good. Okay, no core idea. 2 body paragraphs, already off topic, and there's nothing to talk about. Okay, and then let's look at very quickly the conclusion over here. So the conclusion has 2 different parts. The first is the statement, and then you have the summary. Okay, you need to restate the statement over here again another time, paraphrase the statement, and then you need to summarize whatever you have written in the body. Okay, so over here, sponsored by big companies, are much appreciated in a few sports. They give a lot of impact, not only for individual. Okay, I do not see anything. Okay, okay, this conclusion has very little to do with the body paragraph. Almost nothing, because the body paragraph is off topic, right? So all in all, this essay is unfortunately not gonna get the writer anywhere better than 5. Okay, now I can see over here that they have quite good vocabulary and quite good grammar, which is a very good start for somebody to start practicing for the IELTS exam. But unfortunately, without a good structure, it doesn't matter how good your vocabulary and grammar are, it will not make a lot of difference over here, because the examiner doesn't even read. If the examiner doesn't even read, how do they know that your vocabulary and grammar are very good? So the first thing you need to study, you need to learn, is not the grammar, it's not the vocabulary, it is the structure, how to structure an IELTS essay properly. And this is only the opinion essays. We have, what is it? Discuss both views and give your opinion. The outweigh essay, oh my God, I hate that. Very difficult to explain to people how to write properly. And then you have cause and effect. You have cause and solutions. And you have other types as well, right? So basically, this is just one. And of course, every single essay would follow the structure, the same structure. You have the introduction, the body, and the conclusion. And then with each body, what you need to do, and with each idea, what you need to do to make the idea complete. That is what you need to learn first before learning anything about vocabulary and grammar. Now, if you find yourself struggling making a basic sentence, you find that your grammar and your vocabulary are not up to the standard for your IELTS practice yet, I would highly recommend you take some books and study vocabulary and grammar, improve first before you get into preparing for the IELTS exam. What I am teaching you here is not English only. I don't teach English. I teach you the strategies to do well in an exam. For that reason, I need you to already have good vocabulary and good grammar. Good over here is subjective, okay? To me, my vocabulary is good, but to some professor at university is probably trash, you know? So if you feel confident with your vocabulary and your grammar already, it is okay. Let's start preparing of the IELTS exam, start with some basic, and then we move on to the advanced. But if you are struggling making basic sentences in English using vocabulary and grammar, you have make sure you go back and practice a little bit, okay? Learn a little bit grammar vocabulary before preparing for exam. I do not have English classes. Like sometimes I feel like my clients are just moving somewhere else with other people because they have English classes I don't have. I only prepare for IELTS for you guys. So again, I hope that you have taken some notes, and I hope that something will stick with you after this masterclass, and I hope that you will not make the mistakes that we discussed today. Of course, this essay has way more mistakes than what we just discussed, but in just 1.5 hours, it's difficult for me to just write everything. With this essay, if I only evaluate, it will take me an hour at least to evaluate this essay, right? So I feel like we have done a very good job with our session today. If you guys have any questions, feel free to message me on WhatsApp, or feel free to email me. I just put my email over here, okay? Email practice9.co. This is my email, but when you email me, please put the subject is to win, okay? Because otherwise it will be filtered and it will be sent to someone else, not me. We have a lot of emails every day now. And my WhatsApp number, what is my WhatsApp number? Okay. This is my WhatsApp number. If you have any question, just ask, okay? Now, before you ask questions, I would like to remind you that please make sure it's very specific, okay? Don't ask questions like, oh, how to improve writing, how to improve speaking, what do I do? That I cannot answer, okay? And also before asking questions, make sure that you have checked my blog posts. Over here, I have a lot of blog posts. Just 1 minute of self-advertising, please give that to me now. I have IELTS tips over here. There are many, and you just need to do a quick search, and then you will see a lot. Say if you want to search, want to learn more about IELTS speaking, just type over here. Before asking questions, it's best for you to do some self-research, okay? And again, if you want to join my plans and my services, feel free to reach out to me. I will make sure that I have a specific plan for you, which is economical and suitable for your preparation and for your timeline. Just reach out to me, just talk to me. And after this masterclass, you have an addition 10% off on all the services on the website if you use the code, the code that I'm going to send in the email. Okay, check the email after this. And again, thank you so much for joining me. And I feel like to make me feel like I'm not talking to myself. We had a very good session over here, even though we are only like 4 people. You guys have any questions? Any last questions that you have before we stop? If everything okay? If you are okay with everything, just give me a thumbs up. Oh, something like this. Oh.
Wow, that's great.
Okay, what is going on?
Who is doing that?
Okay, tell me.
Miss Ian, I have one question. When we summarize the writing in the conclusion, should we summarize both body paragraphs, or what should we do?
Yeah, of course, we
in
should
this
summarize both body paragraphs. We should summarizing
introduction as well?
very quick and very just like a one sentence summarizing everything. Don't give more information. Just summarize. That's it. That's it. Finished.
So can we repeat the sentence in the introduction, or
no, you should not. Yeah, you should not repeat this exact same sentence in the introduction because that would be considered repetition, no? You should paraphrase
Mm-hmm.
one more time. Yeah.
Paraphrase one more time. Okay.
Mm.
The second question is, if we don't know much information about the big companies who are support, we should
Mhm.
read it in some other um, from other, how to say, resources. Yes, but
If you don't, you mean in the example, you don't have any example for the
yeah,
body
if
part?
you don't have in general an idea.
Mm. In idea,
In
what do you
this,
mean by idea?
for example, in this essay, as I said, the person wrote an essay as me. For example, we don't have much idea about big companies who support, who develop their own product.
Mm.
And if you are lack of information about this topic, what should we do?
Just make up information. Can you do that? Like, can you just say that in Kyrgyzstan there is a company that is named ABC
Mm.
sponsoring sports events now? Who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So don't worry about fact checking, okay? It's not a, a fact checking
Mm-hmm.
exam, is an English exam, okay? If
Mm-hmm.
you actually genuinely not don't have any idea, any examples about any particular companies, in this case, for example, just make it
Mm-hmm.
up. It's fine. Okay. Now there is one thing that you can make up. You make up research, you make up studies, but don't
Yeah.
overuse. That's it. Anything you can do anything, but just don't overuse.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Today's
Okay.
session was really fruitful, productive, and
Yes.
you explained everything in detail. I
Right. Thank
understand
you so much.
many
Thank you
more new
again so much.
things.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much for joining, and thank you to make me feel like I'm not alone. And I'm so sorry for the
Teacher, I have
inconvenience.
one question.
We'll see each other next week. Okay. And don't forget to do the actual reading test, because next week we will be discussing reading, and I will be answering questions. I will giving you the answer keys to the actual exam. Sorry, to the actual tests. Okay. You were
Mm-hmm.
saying something.
Recently I saw that the Cambridge IELTS exam fee are very expensive. Uh, in my opinion, in writing one and writing two, uh, I made a lot of mistakes. My grammar or some structure making, like a long sentence, I can make it. Uh, I can use a linking sentence of coherence or coherence or cohesive sentence to use that, in my opinion. But like a simplex, complex, or compound sentences.
Mhm. So you are worrying much more about your grammar than
Uh,
anything else.
like writing sentence, I can build up my own opinion. I made a mistake, build up a long sentence. Like uh, my opinion. You already give some opinion. How build a long sentence? How will achieve more agree or disagreement? But I can make it my own. How can I feel this?
Sorry, I didn't really get it. I think it's because of my internet. It's a little bit, so your voice is a little bit unclear. Can you just ask me the question one more time?
Like in my opinion, that's
Mhm.
true. I can build my sentence like a long sentence. This is my one a lot of big mistake. I cannot get it. Uh, but how can I build up my long sentence by using some words or linking words like some
Mhm.
simplex, complex, compound.
Okay. Okay. I understood now. All right. Thank you very much for the question. And so the question basically about how to create long sentences, compound sentences, right? Well, okay, I have a technique for you. This is what I did. I also did this for myself. I did it because again I was struggling with the same thing. I should, maybe I, oh, I
like
share my
in
screen.
essay, in
Just
essay,
give me some. Yeah, I understand what you meant to say. Let me just give me 1 second. I will give you. I share with you what I did. Okay. So your problem now, and I think is probably. I hope that other people don't have this problem, because it's quite, in my opinion, it's quite difficult to kind of like understand and to to improve basically. But this is what you can do. You imagine your long sentences is like this, okay? A long sentence, a compound sentence normally consists of at least 2 different clauses. So you have clause number 1 and clause A and clause B, right? What is it? Why is it like bubbly everywhere? So this you first of all, you need to understand what a compound sentence is. A compound sentence in general is a sentence with more than 1 clause. And a clause is like a sentence but without a full stop. Okay, so I'm going to give you an example of a compound sentence. I like bananas because they are delicious. Delicious, okay? This is a compound sentence. Is it simple? It is very simple, but it is a compound sentence. Our idea of a compound sentence is way overcomplicated because we listen to a lot of people telling us that it has to be long, it has to be with a lot of clauses, it has to be with a lot of different words. But this is already a compound sentence with 2 different clauses. The first clause is I like bananas. The second one is because they are delicious. Okay, so if you want to make your sentence longer, it's very simple. Now, in this sentence, because we have a sentence with 2 clauses, what if I have 2 sentences? I like bananas. This is 1 sentence, okay? The next sentence is they are delicious. Okay? These are the 2 short, simple sentences. If you want, after you already write down 2 sentences like this, read it again and ask yourself if you can combine any of the sentences into one. So, can you combine this? Of course. Adding because. Then you can write. Okay. That is how I did it. So, initially, my writing would include only very short and simple sentences. After I have written my my essay or my paragraph, I would look at it again, and then I would try to combine the sentences together into one using cohesive devices like because, although, and so, however, things like that. Okay. Don't look at people's writing with like so many different clauses and the sentences so long to think that, okay, it has to be like that. No, doesn't have to. This is already a compound sentence. What do you expect? Does it, have you tried doing this, Have you tried doing this?
Yes, teacher, like I trying to do 1 sentence and also make different sentence like compound or complex.
Okay.
Like to learning a structure variation.
Okay, but I feel like what you have been doing is that from the get-go you already tried to make a long sentence. So try this. From the get-go, try to make short sentences only, and different, like multiple sentences, multiple short sentences. And then after writing multiple short sentences, ask yourself if you can combine any of them into 1 sentence using cohesive devices, using linking words, basically, to make the sentence longer and a compound sentence. Say So let's say you have, I like bananas, I like apples, I like oranges. So 3 sentences like this. We can combine into one saying, I like bananas, apples, and oranges. Okay, so but first you need to have 3 different sentences and then you combine them. That's what you can practice to do. Don't stress too much. That's what I was saying, no? If you stress too much about grammar and vocabulary from the get-go, that'd be very difficult for you to follow the structure because your focus is on the wrong thing. You need to already have basic English before starting your preparation, which I believe you have. But now you need to just put in an order, just try to make yourself sound a little bit better, basically. That's what I often tell my clients. So start with this, writing short sentences only. Don't stress about writing long sentences first, okay? Writing short sentences only, and after writing, read the writing again and try to combine the sentences using linking words. That's what you should do now. The more you practice this, the more you feel comfortable with writing long sentences. And at one point, you will not have to write short sentences anymore. That's what I did. Exactly what I did. Yeah. Does it make sense? Okay. Right. Okay. So thank you very much for joining me. And I really hope to see you guys again next week for IELTS reading. Okay. We'll be having a lot of fun next week. And please watch the video. All right. Thank you and have a good night. Bye-bye.